everybody. This is Kathy, Crowder's Mountain in North Carolina. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you for joining me for another video. You see what we're going to do today? This one is called a spring bouquet. Now, I searched and I don't see where it's copyrighted. I think it's an old pattern. I couldn't find the original one to date it for you, but I've done this one in 36 inch and the 24 inch, so I'm going to show you how to do the 24 inch. It's just easier to get it in the camera lens. So again, thank you for joining me, and I hope if you like my videos that you'll hit the like button and subscribe. It helps my channel grow. Do y'all know that we've got 4,700 and I think it's 4,760 subscribers, something like that. So, you know, that's not bad. Alright, so now this one, let me show you something before I get started, because I'll get wrapped up in marking those blocks off and I'll forget to tell you. But you know, when you're storing your barn quilts, if you've painted seasonal barn quilts and say you take down Christmas and you need a place to put them, to store them. Now, a lot of times I've got a shelf that I put them on, and I use pool noodles in between them. And if I'm stacking them up, I'll use puppy pads. But a client of mine who's become a friend, actually, she's just the nicest person. She came up with another plan for hers. And of course, she doesn't do YouTube or anything. She keeps most of hers hanging out all the time, but she does have seasonal ones. So she come up with a plan how to store hers, and she actually bought me one and brought it to me. But you see this? It's like a notebook shelf. You could get it at any office supply. And I think I'm going to start using them on my shelf to keep them separated. And they just lean back. You know, you can put, now I hadn't tried putting a 36 inch. That might be a little bit too heavy, but the 12, the 18, and the 24 will lean up against it fine, and they won't touch each other. So I just thought that was just the neatest idea. Because, you know, when you're switching them out, if you've got 4 of them that's Christmas and you take the 4 fall ones down and put up the Christmas ones, and you just put the fall ones back in here to replace the ones you had sitting there for Christmas. So anyway, I just thought that was a neat idea. So what I'm going to do is try to go to some thrift stores. You know, if you're out traveling or whatever and you see a thrift store, I think I'm going to go to some thrift stores and see if I can't find some, and just because I've got a lot of them where I've painted them from the YouTube channel. Now, most of the time I give them away, or like I have a client that wants me to paint one for them, and I will, and I'll just video that one before I give it to them. And that comes back to this one. This one is going, my family has actually they have 2 reunions every year. I'm not sure if I told you this or not, but my mom was one of 15 kids. She was the oldest. So back in the day, Grandpa took 11 of his kids out to the state of Washington to work in the logging industry, and the other ones stayed back here. So there's 2 sets of families, one East Coast and West Coast. So they have a reunion every year. They have the East Coast reunion and they'll have the West Coast reunion. So the East Coast reunion is coming up, and so I'm not going this year, but my brother is going to take this one and another one up there as door prizes. And so I'm hoping that somebody will get blessed over this. But let's go ahead and let you see the pattern. And I've got some crayons this time that I'm going to try to color that in just so you can see the pattern a little bit better. Okay. Hang on just one second. Alright, so I'm going to draw my lines. Now, again, I'm using a piece of paper. This is flip chart paper. And I cut it 24 by 24. And the only reason I'm using flip chart paper is just so you can see the lines and you'll have a screenshot of your pattern when you get done. You can just take a screenshot. So the first thing we need to do is determine if you want a border or not. So I did, and I wanted a 1.5 inch border around mine. But that's, that's entirely up to you. But what you need is 10 blocks inside. And the 10 blocks on here, let's see. If they're 2 inches, we need 20 inches here. If our blocks are going to be 2 inches a piece. So let's draw it like that. Now what I did was had 1.5 inches. So I subtracted 6 inches from 24 and divided that by 10. But now we're going to do it a little bit easier for you guys. I'm going to have 2 1-inch borders. So that means I'm going to subtract from each side. I'm subtracting 4 inches. And I'll have 20 inches in the center. And each block will be 2 inches wide. Now I had a double border, so I'm going to go ahead and draw that on there for you. And each border will be 1 inch wide. Or you could have 1.5 inch, which would be pretty. Have a 1.5 inch and a 1/2 inch. That would be pretty. So if you wanted to do that, it would still be 2 inches all the way around, and then just half that one. So you just have 1.5, just half that line here. Sorry. And you'll have 1.5 and a half. So I just wanted to show you that, and you could decide. You might not even like a double border. You might decide, well, I just want mine to be 1 inch all the way around. I'm having to walk around the table. I taped this paper down so it wouldn't go anywhere. Alright, so that's going to be our border. And that, the other day somebody was asking about how to center it up if your board is not exactly 24 inches. You know how if you go to a lumber company or something, the saw eats up at least 1/8 of an inch. So you're never going to get it exactly 24 inches. So just start in the middle and measure it out, and whatever's left on your outside border, it's not going to matter, because your pattern is going to be the exact right size, and then the border can just be off, you know, 1/16 of an inch on each side, and nobody will never know it. Okay, so we're going to draw our 10. And like I said, I got 20 in here. So I'm just going to go every 2 inches. So let's start drawing it now that I've quit talking. So down here at the first row, we're going to skip 3. And on the 4th one, we're just going to draw a line from the bottom left to the top right. Then on the 5th one, we're going to do the same thing. On the 6th one, we're going from the top left to the bottom right. Bottom left, top right. And then that one's the top left to bottom right. And so is this one. Top left, bottom right. So you just have to draw it that way. All right, now we're up on the 2nd row. We're going to skip 2, and on the 3rd one, we're going to go from the bottom left to the top right, and then we're going to go from the top right to the bottom left. We're going to go from the bottom left to the top right. That's on the 5th one, and then we're going to go on the 6th one. We're going from the top left to the bottom right. And see how that lines up with that one? That way you know you're going to have a real crisp, clear line. And if your blocks are not lined up, you're going to get all wonky and it's not going to look right. Alright, now we're on the 7th one now, and we're going from the top left to the bottom right. And on the 8th one, we're going from the top left to the bottom right. Now, I promise you, we're making progress. We're already on the 3rd row. 3rd row, skip 1. And on the 2nd one, we're going from the bottom left to the top right. On block 3, we're going to do the same thing. And then on block 4, we're going from the top left to the bottom right. And on the 5th one, we're going from the top left to the bottom right. See how that's lining up again? Alright, then we're on number 6. We're going from the bottom left to the top right. See how that's going to line up with that? And on number 7, we're going from the bottom left to the top right. Lining it up with that one. Alright, and then we're on number 8. We're going from the top left to the bottom right. And on 9, we're going from the top left to the bottom right. See, all you got to do is just draw the lines the same way I'm drawing mine. And in a minute, we're going to have this pattern. So on the 4th one, now the first one, we're going to go bottom left, top right. And on the 2nd one, bottom left, top right. And on the 3rd one, top left, bottom right. See how I'm lined up with that? And on the 4th one, we're going bottom left, top right. Find my place. Alright, then we're going from the bottom left to the top right. And on the 6th one, bottom left to the top right. And then on the 7th one, we're going top left to the bottom right. And on the 8th one, we're going bottom left, top right, and then bottom left, top right on the 9th one. And then on the 10th one, we're going top left, bottom right. And in a minute, I'll color it in and it'll make perfect sense to you. See, we're already halfway up on the 5th row. We're going bottom left, top right. Bottom left, top right again. Top left, bottom right. And top left, bottom right. And then bottom left, top right. And top left, bottom right. And then, you don't want me to quit saying that. Oh, mercy. Next, we're going the top left, bottom right, and then bottom left, top right. Now we're on number 9. We're going top left, bottom right, and top left, bottom right. Now, we're over halfway through. On number 6, top left, bottom right, and on the 2nd row, 2nd block, 6th row, 2nd block, we're going top left, bottom right, and we're going bottom left, top right. I'm going to go sharpen that. I'll tell you what I did with my pencil sharpener. It would not work for nothing. I plugged it in 2-3 different places. I cleaned it. I done everything I knew to do. So I just set it aside, and I got another one off Amazon, a cheap one, and and I love it. But then a couple months later, I found that old one again, and I thought, I'm just going to plug it up one more time. I just can't figure why it just quit working. And do you know that thing worked? So I'm still using it. I still don't know what happened to that thing. But it's working now. All right, let's go back to this. All right, we got top left, bottom right, top left, bottom right, bottom left, top right, and now we're going to go from the top left to the bottom right. And then we're going to go top left, bottom right again. Again, see how we're lining it up with the one on the next row? People say, how do you get your corners so crisp? Well, it's all in lining it up. And then you got to line up the tape too to make it look good. Alright, so we're on the 6th row, block 6. And we're going to go from the left bottom to the top right. And then we're going to go, this is where I always mess up, that's why I'm going slow. The top left, bottom right, top left, bottom right, and then bottom left to the top right, and bottom left to the top right. All right. Now we're on row number 7. We're going to the top left, bottom right, bottom left to the top right, bottom left, top right, and then on number 4, top left, bottom right, on number 5, bottom left to top right, number 6, bottom left to top right, okay, and then on the 7th one, bottom left to the top right, and on the 8th one, it is top left, bottom right, and then bottom left, top right, and bottom left, top right again. See that? 3 more rows, y'all. Alright, skip on row 8, skip the first one. And on the second one, we're going to go top left, bottom right, and on the third one, top left, bottom right. And on the 4th one, it's bottom left, top right. And on the 5th one, bottom row, top right. And on the 6th one, it is top left, bottom right. And on the 7th one, top left, bottom right. And on the 8th one, the 8th row, it is bottom left, top right, and bottom left, top right on the 9th one, and the 10th one is blank. All right, now row 9. I'm about to crawl up on top of this table. You leave the first 2 blank, and on number 3, bottom left, no, top left, bottom right, top left, bottom right, and on the 5th one, top left, bottom right. And then on the 6th one, is bottom left, top right. And then top left, bottom right. And then bottom left, top right. Okay, we almost through. Hang in there. All right, so 10th row. We're in the home stretch now. You're gonna skip the first 3, 1, 2, 3, and on number 4, it is bottom left, top right. Number 5 is bottom left, top right. And then, did I say top left, bottom right, bottom left, top right, and bottom left, top right. And there you go. Take a screenshot of that, because now I'm going to color it in. And some of these things for our pattern, it may help you. Take a screenshot of it, because some of your grid is actually your pattern, and I want to show you that. And the best way I can show you that is to color it in. Now, if you think you got this and you don't want to deal with it no more, then by all means, this is the end of the video. But if you need a little bit more clarification before you feel comfortable in starting this, then let me just color some things in for you. So what we're going to do is color in the dark green. At some point it cut off. So anyway, what I was saying, when it so rudely cut off on me, was that if you feel comfortable, you got the picture of the barn quilt, and you feel comfortable matching up the colors, then just take your screenshot and you're finished. But if you're not quite there yet, what I'm going to do is color it in, and you can see your pattern, and it'll be colored in, and it'll make it easier for your eye to see it when you're drawing it out. And of course, you know, I draw on the board. I don't draw it on paper. I draw it on my board with a heat erasable pen. That's how I do it, which is not the only way. There's lots of different ways to do this. Okay, so I'm going to color in the light green, and you'll have 16 light green sections. So that kind of helps you when you think about it like that. But see, that's part of your grid right here. We drew that line, and it's going to go on up into the 2nd row. See that? All right, this section is light green. And this section is light green. And so is this one. See, that's part of your grid. Now a little trick here that I figured out when I was taping, if you tape it down through here and then right here, you got 2 strips. So it's a little bit easier to get that taped in. Alright, and then, so you've got that, you've got the 4 green ones on the bottom section, and then you'll have it on the side section as well. Like starting here. This one is light green. So it goes across the rows, the blocks. Alright, this one is light green. And this one is light green. Don't you wish painting was that fast? And then this one. Alright, so up here then, it's row 7 that starts the green one. Like I say, you're going to have 4 sections of this green. And keep in mind your grid as part of your pattern. Alright, and then this one. So you see what you got in the middle? You got your 4 light green ones coming together. See, that started on row 7. Told you wrong, look. That's not supposed to be there, and I bet I can't get it raced out. There you go. I did too. Who knew a crayon would erase? Who knew a crayon was going to erase? Who? Okay. Alright, so now we've got our light green. Let's do the dark green. And the dark green again, you're going to have 16 sections of that. So we'll just start in the middle here. Now you choose I'll show you what colors I used in a minute. This is not a very pretty dark green color, but I had to pick something that was going to show up on the camera for y'all. Now when I did one, and I used like blue, yellow, pink, and purple for my flowers, and then I did another one. I had a barn quilt hanging over there that I didn't like it really. So I don't know, it's just the way I drew it out, the colors that I used. So I just flipped it over and drew a 3x3 spring bouquet on the back side of it. And on that one, instead of blue, I used turquoise. Now, and that was pretty. I'm trying to be careful. Y'all take screenshots of this when I get done with each color, so you'll see. Now some of you, y'all been doing this a long time, you're not gonna need to do that, but if you're a beginner, then that's gonna be very helpful to you. All right, here's 2 sections. We got to do this one. And this one. All right, and this one. It looks like a, I don't know what, I ain't even gonna say. I'm just trying to color it in. Now, here's this one. This is our last section of green. Remember, you're gonna have 16 of the light green and you're gonna have 16 dark green. And let me find the next one. And if you wanted to, I think the first one I did, I took my heat erasable pen because it erased out so easy on my board. And I just made sure I had my pattern right by placing the name of the color. You know, I just put DG for dark green or whatever. And that way I knew I had my pattern drawn on there right too, because the first time, and maybe even the third time I drew this out, I got it all messed up in here somewhere and had to erase it out. Alright, so there's your dark green. Now, let's just do purple. And you're going to have 2 purple flowers. And one is going to be a dark purple and a light purple. So, for our dark purple, this top flower will have 2 dark purple leaves. So it's dark, light, dark. So here you go, light, dark, light, dark, and then light. Now down here at the bottom where the other flower's going, you're going to have the opposite. You have 3 light ones here. You're going to have 2 and 2 dark. You'll have 3 dark down here. And that's going to start here, 3 and 4. That's the dark and the light. Dark, light, dark. So it's every other one. See now you have 2 light colored light petals here and 3 here. Okay. Then let's do pink. And I did the pink one here. So you start off, you're going to have 3 dark ones here. So you start with, is that the dark one? I think this is the dark one. Then light, then dark. Then light, then dark. Alright. And you know there's a computer program that would do this for us, and I went one day soon, it didn't really show up very good, but that's the dark. Make it darker. And the lights. I've got 3 dark. And 2 light. So down here, this flower is going to be pink. And we're going to start off with the light one. So you'll have 3 light. Light, dark, light. See how it goes across the lines here? Goes across your grid. Right here is what I mean, it's going across the grid. That's okay. If you got erasable pens or whatever you're marking with, you would have erased that out before you started painting. Okay, see? You got 2 light and 3 dark. 3 light and 2 dark. Now we need the yellow one. And the yellow one is right here. Now on the yellow, because it was on the sides, it needed to stand out a little bit more. So we've got 3 dark and 2 light on both flowers here. You don't have to do that. You can just stay in your same pattern if you want to, but it seemed like, to me, those yellow ones needed to anchor it and pop out some, so that's what I did. So here's the dark yellow. Light, dark, light, dark. And then over here, this one's the dark. Like I say, you're going to have 3 of those. Light, dark. Light, dark. Alright, let's see. That's the lightest yellow I could find over there, and it's really not very yellow. More like a lime color. But y'all know what it is. Okay, and now we're going to do the blue one. So here's the blue, and we're going to do the light blue. We'll have 3, light, dark, light, dark, light. And like I said, you can use whatever colors you want to. I saw a red one. I wasn't sure how that went. Because it just, a spring bouquet, you think about light colors. But I had the thought, I hadn't painted it yet. But wouldn't this be pretty to have some fall colors in it? Like orange, cranberry and stuff. I think you could pull that off. And it'd be pretty. I'd like to see one drawn colored like that. And if it keeps raining, I might just do one myself. Y'all, we had one day last week, it was like the index was 106. It got up to 100, but the feel light temperature was 106. And this morning and yesterday morning it was like, did we touch the heat and turn it on, or is it too early? Because it has rained. If I don't forget, I'll show you a picture of the lake. The lake is gravity fed. So if it don't rain, we don't get water in the lake. But the Lord's blessed us and it's stayed up a lot this year. Well, it comes down off the mountain, and we kind of live on the ridge of the mountain. So it comes down off the mountain, and those gullies and stuff comes down through there and comes on into the lake. And that lake looks like the muddy South Fork River. It is so muddy, but I still think it's beautiful. I'm sure the fish like whatever washed up in there. But if I don't forget, I'll put a video of it in there, let you see it. Okay, so now we've got it drawn and colored. And what I did for the border, and you can do whatever you want to do. What I did for the border is, I painted my background black, and I've seen it in 2 or 3 different colors. It's all pretty. But I did the black outside, and I did a 1/2 inch border in here. And I used my darkest colors, like the dark purple and the dark pink, and I just beveled it here, there. And I just thought that turned out to be pretty. I liked it. So y'all, well, can y'all take a screenshot of that? And then, when you print that out and it comes out to be 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, then, you can put it in your notebook. You'll always have it. And then take a screenshot of that one. Yes. Is it in there? I hope it is. Might be a little crooked. I don't know. Let's try that. All right. Okay. I almost forgot to show you the colors. So for the blue, I used the dark blue is Deep River, and my light blue is Moment of Grace. Deep River is Bear, and Moment of Grace is Valspar. For the yellow, I use Sunspark and Honey Glaze. Both of those is Valspar. For the purple, I used Purple Prince and Unimaginable. Both of those are Valspar. I just let it right there. How that? There you go. And for the pink, I use California Wine, that's Valspar, and Pink Punch, that's Bear. And for my light green, I used Jonte Green, Valspar, and Vegas Green is the dark, and that's Valspar. And I used my favorite black, which is Limousine Black by Valspar, for my background and outside border. So, almost forgot to show you. So if you have any questions, just leave me a comment down the bottom. And I hope you enjoy painting this one. It's one of the prettiest ones, I think, that's come along in a while, or I've seen in a while. But join me for another video, and if you like this one, hit subscribe and like and leave me a comment. And I'll talk to y'all later.